Hey dolls, thank you so much for tuning in today. Oh shit, I've never done an intro. Hey dolls, thank you so much for tuning in today on Candirose TV for Tutorial Tuesday. We've seen all your amazing comments and I just want to say thank you so much for all the love, for all the support. It's been a while, you know, that we've been wanting to join YouTube and we finally made it happen. So I just want to say thank you so much for sticking by us, you know, and just being amazing. Yeah, so don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and keep watching to see how I created this flawless look using Candirose Cosmetics, and I shall see you next Tuesday. Hey guys, so we're going to get right into it. I'm starting off by applying some Tuesdayss Pro on my eyelids, and I'm using a beauty blending sponge to just blend that on, make it look nice and even, so I'm ready to create the look. So first we're going to go in with a brown from the Candirose Nightfall palette, and we're going to use that as a transition colour. Then we're going to go back in with an orange, again from the Nightfall palette, and this is where we are going to start to build our look, and we're going to press that in and blend that in. Now we're going to take a flat brush and we're going to go in with the Tuesdayss Pro and we're going to cut the crease. It's always important to cut your crease according to the shape of your eye. You don't want to just go for that circular look because sometimes that doesn't fit your eye shape. So just kind of look, see how it's looking, and just kind of build on that until you get the perfect shape for your eye. Now we're going to go in with a rose gold colour from the new Candirose palette, and we're going to pat that on in the centre of our eye. Remember to always do a patting motion, especially with shimmer shades, because they do fall out quite easily. So just take a little at a time and pat that on and build on that until you reach the colour that you want. Next we're going to go in with this hot pink shimmer shade, again from the new Candirose palette, and we're going to pat that on the eye, and we're going to merge that in with the rose gold and continue patting and making sure those two colours are blended very well together. Don't forget to go back in with your previous colour. That helps to make sure that you don't lose that colour. Now we're going to go in with this cream nude colour from the Candirose Nightfall palette, and we're going to pat that on at the front of our eye. I made a bit of a mistake and put on way too much at once, and as you can see that caused some fallout, which I quickly brushed off before it set into my skin. As we apply that, we're going to go back in with the rose gold colour, just to make sure we don't lose that as we've applied this cream nude. And now we're going back in with the hot pink shimmer, and just to add a bit more colour to that and make sure everything's blended. So now we're going to go in with a dark brown shade from the Candirose Nightfall palette. This kind of just warms the look up and kind of zones everything in together nicely. I didn't want to go for a colour that was too dark because the look is quite bright, kind of, you know, spring, summer kind of look. So I thought the darker brown would make that look just kind of merge together very well. We're then going to apply our lashes. I'm wearing the Candirose EMPRESS lashes. I had a look at the look and I think, I could add something to this. So I went back in with the brand new Candirose palette and I chose this aqua shimmery colour, and I've put that in the centres of my eyes, just to kind of open up my eyes a bit more and really bring that whole spring vibe together. So I'm now going to apply my concealer. This concealer is one shade lighter than my foundation colour, and I'm going to use a damp beauty blender to work that into the skin. I'm then going to go in with a little bit of concealer again. That is a shade, 2 shades lighter than my foundation colour. I'm going to let that warm up. While that's warming up, I'm going to apply some concealer under my cheekbones. This is the same concealer that is a shade lighter than my foundation colour. And I'm going to go in with the same beauty blender that I used for the first concealer to blend that into the skin and just kind of work that in, tap, 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 just so that looks flawless. I'm then going to use some of the leftover concealer to apply that onto my top lip underneath my nose, and then I'm going to go in with the same beauty blender in my reverse contour area. Blending is hard work. So now I'm going to go in with a clean beauty blender and I am going to apply Sasha Buttercup baking powder. But we are not going to bake. We're actually just going to press this into the skin and work that in. And we're just going to press that into the skin. You know, you don't always have to bake, but this is also a good way of making sure that your under eye doesn't break up by just making sure that it's really pressed into the skin. And we're going to do the same thing for my chin area, reverse contour, nose, brows, forehead, all of that area. We're just pressing it into the skin. We're not baking at all today. Let us know in the comments section, are you a baker or a non-baker? Because I want to know, because I know baking is like the, you know, holy grail for a lot of people, but, you know, sometimes I don't feel like baking. Like sometimes I do prefer to just press that baking powder into the skin instead. Now we're going to go in with our contour powder and just work that into the skin. So now we're going to try something a little different. I didn't have a white eyeliner, so I am going to use my P. Louise base. I know, crazy. And I'm going to use a very thin brush and I'm just going to press that in my waterline to create a white eyeliner. Now we're not going to add much, we're just going to add a little bit and just kind of press that on instead of rubbing it on. By doing that, you kind of prevent that from smudging inside your eye. As you can see, even by pressing it on, it was work, child. AK Marv produced, AK Marv produced, AK Marv produced. Now we're going to apply a hot pink shade from the brand new Candirose palette in the under eye, just to kind of bring that look together. And we're going to just tap that in, back and forth, back and forth. So I'm going back in with that aqua blue shade that I used at the front of my eye, just to make sure I didn't lose none of that colour. And I'm just going to use a brush to blend that hot pink in my under eye, prevent it from looking patchy. Now we're going to apply some mascara just to finish that eye look. Now we're going to go in with some blush using the BH Cosmetics blush palette, and we're just going to press that into the skin, not too much. You want to start off really light and just kind of build that blush just to make sure it doesn't go overboard. And now we're going to go in with the Candirose Pixie Dust highlighter. I swear, this is like my favourite highlighter and I really don't use it enough, so I'm really happy to be using that today. It goes really well with the look that we're going for, and I'm just going to press that into the skin. Look at that sparkle, look at that glow. Where else are you going to find a glow like that? And we are just working that highlighter in everywhere. Like, clearly I was excited. And now we're going to apply that on the nose. on the tip of the nose, the bridge of the nose. I'm going to apply that under the brow bone, top lip. Listen, we are applying it everywhere. But always remember, when you're doing your brow bone, don't use, you know, a thick, heavy brush. You want to use a smaller brush just so you can control where that product goes. You don't want to mess up your eyeshadow that you worked so hard for. That highlighter is loud. I'm trying to close it up and it's like, nope. They gonna see me today. And now we are going to line our lips using some concealer. Just going to use a small brush and line those lips. This specific concealer I'm using today is actually from Primark's beauty section. It's very rarely available. Most times when I go back in to get another one, it's always sold out. But yeah, I'll link the name of it in the description bar below. Now we're going to go in with another shade of that Candirose lip gloss. And this is in the shade Flawless. And we're just going to pop that on the lips, make that lips shimmer and shine. Looks so pretty. And now I'm just being extra and I'm going back into that under eye. And I'm applying a dark purple shade from the new Candirose palette just to create a kind of gradient look, and I'm just going to blend that in with the dark brown so that all just kind of works well together. And that is the completed look, guys. It looks so cool. I think that's like one of my favorite looks so far. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and let us know in the description what kind of looks you want to see next, and I shall see you next Tuesday.
AK Marv produced the AK Marv.